Chosen one, the moment you clicked on this video, something shifted in the spiritual realm. Stop scrolling and pay attention right now. You didn't stumble across this message by chance. Heaven directed your steps to this exact moment. Here's what most people will never understand. The victory you're stepping into has already been decided, but are you ready to claim what's been reserved in your name? If you walk away from this message, you'll miss the divine download that's meant to unlock everything you've been waiting for. This isn't just another motivational video. This is your prophetic briefing from the throne room. You are not here by accident. What's coming in this message will reveal why you survived what broke everyone else around you. But first, here's the truth. Heaven wants you to hear right now. Your endurance wasn't just strength. It was divine preparation. The weight you carried, the silence you pushed through, the moments when you wanted to quit but didn't, all of it was forging you for this moment of release. This is sacred ground we're walking on right now. Hit the like button to declare, I'm ready to receive this divine message. It takes just a second, but help spread this word to thousands of other chosen ones who need it right now. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why God allowed you to go through everything you endured, and you'll see the supernatural acceleration that's about to hit your life. The breakthrough isn't coming, it's here. This moment is charged with divine purpose, and your spirit is about to receive the confirmation it's been crying out for. Comment 777 if you're declaring today as the day you step into divine abundance, favor, and breakthrough. What's on your heart today? Leave your prayer request in the comments and then take a moment to lift someone else up with words of encouragement. When you share your prayer, others will intercede for you. When you pray for someone else, God moves in ways you never imagined. And to all our channel members, thank you for your continued support and faith. May God return it to you in peace, provision, and divine favor. There's a deep, profound reason, a sacred whisper woven into the very fabric of your being, resonating within the very core of your spirit, that explains with an undeniable clarity why you are still here, still drawing breath into your lungs, still standing strong with an unwavering, tenacious spirit, even when the world around you seems to crumble into dust, threatening to take everything with it. It truly feels at times like a relentless, powerful tide has swept so many others away, pulling them into its depths, or that the sheer, crushing weight of their individual journeys became too heavy, too unbearable, forcing them to simply fade into the background, to recede from the light, or tragically, to give up their valiant fight altogether. But my heart knows this truth so deeply, with such an absolute certainty that it feels like a foundational stone within my own soul. It's not by accident, not by mere chance, nor by some random meaningless twist of fate that you remain. No, beloved one, heaven itself, with its tender, steadfast, and meticulously attentive hand, has been on you, a divine embrace that has preserved you through every single storm that raged, through every dark night of the soul, and through every season of profound doubt that tried to steal your hope. This miraculous preservation was never just about your survival, not merely about enduring another day, or simply existing. It was always, irrevocably, because within your spirit, within your very essence, within the unique blueprint of your being, lies a much grander, a far-reaching and immensely significant purpose for your life. You are not just a survivor, merely clinging to the edges of existence. You are a vessel divinely appointed, intricately designed, and lovingly prepared to step into an impact so vast, so powerful, so profoundly transformative that it will ripple out from your life, touching, transforming, and multiplying its grace, its healing, its light for generations yet to be born. Can you truly lean into that truth for a moment? Can you allow its weight, its beauty, its promise to settle deeply in the quiet, undisturbed places of your soul? Your very existence, right here, right now, in this precise moment in time, is intrinsically linked to a legacy that stretches far beyond the visible horizons of what you can currently imagine or even conceive. It's a magnificent tapestry being meticulously woven with threads of divine intention, with you, in all your uniqueness and strength, as a central, irreplaceable, and utterly essential strand in its breathtaking design. And oh, the battles you've fought, those hidden wars waged within the silent, often solitary chambers of your own heart and mind, unseen by any human eye, those skirmishes against self-doubt, the wrestling matches with despair, the quiet agony of loneliness. I remember them because I felt them too, the quiet fortitude you've summoned, day after arduous day, hour after excruciating hour, when the world pressed in, heavy and relentless, and tempted you, seduced you to simply yield, to let go. I recall those private tears, warm and heavy with unexpressed grief, that streamed down your face in the dead of night when you felt utterly alone, certain that no one was truly listening, that no one could possibly comprehend the crushing weight of the world that felt far too heavy to bear, a burden designed for giants, not for you. Those countless late nights, stretching into the pre-dawn hours, when physical weariness and emotional exhaustion begged you, pleaded with you, to surrender, to just give up. But something deep within you, an unyielding flicker of divine fire, propelled you forward, one breath, one step at a time. You made a conscious, often agonizing choice to press through in worship, perhaps humming a melody when words failed, when your voice felt too choked by tears to sing, or to kneel in fervent prayer, even when your spirit felt too broken, too shattered to articulate a single request. Or perhaps it was simply a quiet, stubborn perseverance, a refusal to give in to the crushing despair that threatened to swallow you whole, like a hungry, unforgiving ocean. Every single one of those moments, every tear that fell like rain, watering the barren places of your soul, every whispered prayer that ascended like precious incense to the heavens, every defiant act against the encroaching darkness was not in vain. No, my friend, hear this truth resonate. Each was a precious seed planted with meticulous intention and unwavering hope deep in the fertile, hallowed ground of your destiny. You were building something profound, something eternal, something enduring, even when it felt like you were just barely holding on, clinging to the thinnest thread in the vast, indifferent tapestry of life. It's truly like a farmer tilling the soil under a vast, sometimes indifferent sky. They don't see the harvest immediately. They don't witness the instant gratification, but with every turn of the earth, every careful tending, every drop of sweat, they know deep in their bones, with an ancestral wisdom, that the effort is not just essential, but foundational for the abundance that is yet to come. They trust in the unseen work, the silent growth beneath the surface, just as heaven has implicitly trusted in yours. Sometimes, in the raw honesty of our human experience, in those moments of profound vulnerability, it's so incredibly easy, almost instinctual, to gaze upon our struggles, our deep valleys and arduous climbs, and mistakenly interpret them as punishment. We can find ourselves whispering to the void, with a voice laden with confusion and hurt, "What did I do to deserve this relentless pressure, this unending trial?" Or crying out with a heavy heart, "Why, oh why, is life so relentlessly hard for me, when others seem to glide so effortlessly as if on a gentle breeze?" But what if in truth, every challenging moment, every season of profound difficulty that stripped you bare, every sharp, searing edge of pain you encountered, was actually a sacred positioning? What if the very hand that guides the stars across the boundless cosmos, that orchestrates galaxies, was strategically placing you in situations, sometimes profoundly uncomfortable, sometimes achingly isolating, sometimes stripped bare of all familiar comforts and certainties, precisely to prepare you for something so extraordinary, so uniquely tailored, so perfectly fitted, that only you, with your particular heart, your specific journey, and your distinctive perspective, could possibly do it? It's not a punishment, my dear one, but a specialized training program, custom designed just for the unique and vital calling on your life, equipping you with a resilience that bends, but does not break, an empathy forged in the intense fires of deep understanding, and a wisdom that can only be harvested from the deep, rich soil of lived experience. You've asked perhaps countless times, with a heavy heart and a voice barely above a whisper, straining against the silence, "Why me, God? Why must I walk through this particular valley, this specific wilderness, this arid desert?" And I believe, with every fiber of my being, that in those very quiet, vulnerable moments, God was whispering back to you, not with judgment, not with condemnation, but with such profound tenderness, such unwavering, deep trust, and a love that transcends all understanding, because you, my child, you are the only one I truly trust with this particular assignment. You possess something unique, something rare, a strength of spirit, a compassion born of experience, a perspective that no one else holds for this specific vital task. You have proven yourself faithful in the unseen, resilient in the unasked for trials, and empathetic in your own suffering. Indeed, what nearly broke others, what caused them to crumble under the sheer weight of the pressure, what led them to abandon hope, has instead become your anointing oil, that divine enablement, that supernatural grace, that inexplicable strength that allows you to not only move forward with courage, but to heal from your own deep private wounds, and then, gloriously, magnificently, to become a conduit of healing and hope for countless others. There is nothing you've faced, absolutely nothing, not a tear that fell, not a trial that tested you to your limits, not a moment of despair that threatened to consume you, that has been wasted in the economy of heaven. Every single experience, every deep wound that has now become a powerful testimony, every hard-won victory, every trembling step of faith has contributed profoundly to the magnificent person you are becoming, the wise and compassionate soul you are now, and the beautiful world-changing purpose you are meant to fulfill. Just like a beautiful, intricately designed piece of pottery, a vessel destined for noble use, it doesn't become truly strong and exquisitely useful, capable of holding precious things, until it goes through intense heat, purified and transformed in the kiln. Your life is being shaped, not by accident, not by random chaos, but with a magnificent, loving and intentional purpose by the master potter himself, molding you for greatness. Right now, as these words resonate and reverberate deep within the depths of your spirit, touching those tender, hidden places, I invite you to take a deep, cleansing breath and truly feel it. The very atmosphere around you, the spiritual air you breathe, is subtly but powerfully shifting. Can you sense that gentle, almost imperceptible change in the air? That feeling of a soft breeze of hope, a delicate stirring of expectation, like the first breath of spring after a long, arduous winter, hinting at new life and vibrant growth. For years, perhaps, you felt incredibly overlooked, like a forgotten star in the vast, indifferent cosmic expanse, your light seemingly swallowed by the immense darkness. You toiled away in quiet obscurity, pouring your very heart and soul, your unwavering dedication, into efforts that seemed to go utterly unnoticed, tragically unappreciated, or stubbornly unrewarded, leaving a bitter taste of disappointment. You watched, perhaps with a sigh that carried the weight of profound disappointment, as others seemed to sail past you, effortlessly receiving recognition, accolades, or opportunities that, in your honest heart, you felt you had worked harder for, prepared longer for, or truly deserved with every fiber of your being. It probably felt like a profound abandonment, didn't it? Like you were utterly forgotten in the grand, intricate scheme of things, a tiny, insignificant detail in a story far too vast to care. But here, my dear friend, is a profound truth, a truth that possesses the power to change absolutely everything for you, to rewrite your inner narrative, to transform your perception of your past. God wasn't abandoning you. He was, with divine intention and tender, protective care, actively concealing you. Allow your mind to drift back to the timeless, beautiful story of David, the youngest son of Jesse, the humble shepherd boy. While his older, mightier, and undeniably impressive brothers paraded before the prophet Samuel, looking every bit the part of a valiant king, strong and regal, exuding confidence, David was out in the open, windswept fields. He was hidden away, tucked behind the rolling hills, tending to a flock of sheep, a task often deemed lowly, unglamorous, and certainly far from the esteemed royal court or the prophet's discerning eye. No one in the bustling village, let alone the revered prophet, saw him there. No one knew the fierce, courageous battles he was fighting against roaring lions and ravenous bears, putting his own young life on the line without a moment's hesitation to protect his vulnerable flock, his precious charges. No one truly saw his unwavering faithfulness in those small, unseen things, the quiet, consistent development of his courage, or the beautiful, soul-stirring songs he was composing on his harp, pouring out his innermost heart to God beneath the vast, star-studded, silent sky. His preparation, his anointing, his destiny was happening in places no one else could see, out of the blinding spotlight, far away from the noisy expectations and the distracting clamor of the world's opinions. And yet it was precisely in that hidden place, in that season of profound concealment and quiet formation, away from all external validation, that God was meticulously molding him, strengthening his spirit, sharpening his skills, and preparing him not just for a single battle, but for the very throne of Israel, a kingdom-altering destiny. Your own profound preparation, my dear one, has been unfolding in those very same, unseen, often unglamorous places of your life, in the quiet, unassuming moments where you mistakenly thought no one was watching. But God, your creator and keeper, your loving heavenly Father, absolutely was. He was refining you like precious gold in the furnace, building unwavering character within you and deepening your roots so profoundly that you could not only withstand any storm that came your way, but also bear abundant, lasting fruit for His glory. And some of your biggest disappointments, those moments that felt like crushing blows, where your most cherished hopes were dashed against the jagged rocks of reality, and your beautiful, fragile dreams seemed to fall apart like delicate glass, scattering into irreparable fragments. Guess what, beloved one? They were not failures or random cruelties of fate, not meaningless acts of a capricious universe. They were, in truth, divinely orchestrated appointments. They were strategically arranged by heaven itself, not to hinder you, not to diminish you, but to protect you, to keep you far away from what would have ultimately delayed, derailed, or perhaps even tragically destroyed the magnificent destiny God has intricately planned for you since the dawn of time. Imagine for a moment a door slamming shut in your face with a resounding thud, and at the time it felt like the very end of your world. A universe collapsing around you, leaving you in utter darkness. But what if, just behind that firmly closed door, was a winding, treacherous path that would have led you completely astray, down a road not meant for you, or into an environment that was toxic, unsafe, or simply not aligned with your highest good and divine purpose? What if that deep, profound friendship ending, which caused you such raw, agonizing heartache, tearing at the very seams of your soul, was actually God, in His infinite wisdom and boundless love, protecting you from someone who simply wasn't meant to journey with you into the radiant light of your next higher season, someone who would have held you back or dragged you down? What if that promising deal falling through, that coveted job offer that inexplicably didn't materialize despite all your fervent prayers and diligent efforts, was heaven gently but firmly preventing you from getting tangled in something that would have robbed you of your precious peace, or stretched you beyond your healthy capacity in a way that would have ultimately diminished your spirit, leaving you depleted and empty? Heaven, in its perfect timing, in its divine wisdom that transcends our limited understanding, is about to reveal the sacred why behind those painful closures, those moments of perceived loss and devastating rejection. You are going to start connecting the dots, seeing with astonishing clarity the divine wisdom and loving protection that underpinned what, at the time, felt like devastating, irreparable losses. Every single loss you've experienced, every tear you've shed, every shattered expectation is now in this very moment, by a divine alchemy, becoming powerful leverage for your supernatural promotion. It's not just that you survived those trials, merely scraped by. You emerged not unscathed, but with invaluable experience, profound wisdom, an unshakable inner knowing, and an unbreakable resilience that will serve you well in the magnitude of what is coming. That deep, aching pain you endured, that profound ache that settled in the very depths of your soul, is now, by a divine transformation, turning into the very power, the very fortitude, the very compassion you need to gracefully carry what is coming next. The immense weight of the blessing, the sacred responsibility of your purpose, the expanded territory God is entrusting you with. You've been through the refining fire, a trial by fire that tested every fiber of your being, and you haven't just emerged. You've emerged stronger, more pure, more refined, and incredibly, magnificently capable of fulfilling all that awaits. There's a stirring, a profound release reverberating deep within your spirit right now. Can you truly feel it? It's not just a fleeting thought or an emotional suggestion that can be easily dismissed. It's a tangible sensation, a loosening of knots, a lifting of burdens that you've carried, perhaps unknowingly, for far too long. Burdens that felt like an inherent part of you. Something incredibly heavy, something that has weighed you down and held you back, is being divinely lifted off of you in this very moment. Even as this word, this message of profound hope and confirmation is permeating and filling every corner, every hidden crevice of your spirit. It's like shedding a heavy, restrictive cloak you've worn for so long that you didn't even realize its oppressive weight, its suffocating grip, until it's finally removed and you can breathe freely again. I need you to understand this. Really take it to heart. Let it sink into the deepest, most foundational chambers of your being. You have not missed your moment. All those insidious fears that have whispered their cunning lies into your ears, that you've fallen irrevocably behind, that time has mercilessly run out, that the window of opportunity has slammed shut and is forever closed. They are nothing but deceptive falsehoods, cunningly designed to keep you small, stagnant, and tethered to a past that no longer defines you. Nothing, absolutely nothing, that was stolen from you, no opportunity you perceived as lost beyond retrieval, no relationship severed that caused you such profound grief and a gaping wound in your heart, no dream deferred that made your soul ache with longing, was truly essential for your next magnificent chapter. God, the master weaver of all creation, who sees the grand design from beginning to end, has already accounted for it, meticulously factoring it into his flawless eternal plan for your life. He's actively working all things, even the painful, the broken, the seemingly irreparable fragments, together for your ultimate profound good, creating a masterpiece out of what you thought were merely shattered pieces. You are not behind. Allow that liberating truth to settle deep within your bones, to reverberate through every cell of your being, clearing out the cobwebs of self-doubt. The God who holds all of time in his boundless sovereign hands, who sees your past, your present, and your future simultaneously in one glorious eternal glance, is actively, lovingly, powerfully collapsing the distance between where you are right now, in this very instant, and the magnificent breakthrough he has irrevocably promised you. He's not bound by human timelines or logical progressions. He can do in a single, miraculous moment what would normally, by earthly standards, take years, even decades to unfold. That, my dear friend, is the breathtaking nature of divine acceleration, where the ordinary rules of time and space yield to the extraordinary, sovereign will of the Creator, where seasons are compressed and blessings arrive unexpectedly, swiftly. Things that seemed impossibly distant, beyond your reach, or utterly impossible to achieve through your own strength, are suddenly, gloriously, going to be within your grasp, not by your might, but by His Spirit. The word "suddenly" doesn't often make logical sense to our linear human minds until it actually powerfully arrives, does it? We look back in awe and exclaim, "Wow, that happened so fast, almost out of nowhere, beyond all expectation." But for you today, I declare with the full authority of a Spirit-led conviction that this is a lineage-altering suddenly. This isn't just a small, minor shift or a subtle adjustment in your life's journey. It is a monumental, earth-shattering turning point that will impact not just your individual life, but the entire trajectory of your family, breaking cycles, establishing new patterns, the legacy of your descendants, and every single sphere of influence you are destined to touch with the light of God. The glorious ripple effect, the divine chain reaction, starts today, right now, in this sacred, pregnant moment. So lift your eyes now, beloved one. Look up, not just with your physical gaze, but with the illuminated eyes of your spirit, with an expectant heart. Lift them from the suffocating confines of your current circumstances, from the dusty echoes of past disappointments, from the insidious limitations you might have unknowingly imposed upon yourself through years of self-doubt or the critical voices of others. Do not for a single fleeting second lower your expectation to match the narrative of your history or to fit into the narrow, constricting boxes others might expect or try to place you in. Your history has certainly shaped you, chiseling and molding you into the magnificent, resilient person you are today. But it does not, I repeat, it does not define your future potential in God. You, my friend, were built for impossible things, for acts of divine courage and miraculous transformation, for a life that defies human logic and limitation. Think about it for a moment. Let this profound truth expand your understanding beyond anything you thought possible. The very God who spoke the universe into existence from nothingness, who dramatically parted the vast Red Sea with a single command, who raised the dead from their silent slumber, lives, breathes, and works inside of you. He didn't bring you through that intense fire, that refining process that felt like it would surely consume you, just to return you to an ordinary, mundane, forgettable existence. No, He purified you, strengthened you beyond measure, and elevated you for something truly, breathtakingly extraordinary. This is not a season for settling for less than His best, for shrinking back into the shadows, or for merely surviving the next challenge. It is, without a doubt, a season for soaring to heights you never dreamed possible, carried on the very breath of God, propelled by His Spirit. This is the season, my courageous friend, where your scars, those visible and invisible marks etched onto your soul, from your hard-fought battles, from every wound you endured, become your most powerful, most authentic credentials. Instead of hiding them away in shame or embarrassment, you will find, with astonishing clarity and a newfound confidence, that they don't diminish you. They authenticate your story, giving you a unique, profound authority, a deep well of empathy to speak life, hope, and healing into the wounded hearts of others. They are undeniable evidence that you have journeyed through deep waters. You have survived the crucible of affliction, and in doing so, you have learned invaluable, life-altering lessons that only experience can truly teach. Your story, which you might have kept hidden, tucked away in the shadows of shame or embarrassment, fearing judgment, is now going to stop serving those dark forces and will instead begin to powerfully unlock the freedom and healing in countless other lives. When you courageously choose to share your journey, the raw, honest good, the painful, challenging bad, and the miraculously redemptive moments. It doesn't just enlighten, it gives other people explicit permission to heal, to dare to hope again, to confront their own pain, and to truly believe that if God did it for you in your brokenness and triumphs, He can and will absolutely do it for them too. It's a powerful, living testament to His unwavering faithfulness, a beacon of hope in a darkened world. Heaven is actively rewriting your narrative in real time, right now, in this very moment, right in front of the very same audience that might have once counted you out, carelessly dismissed you, or even gossiped about your struggles and failures. They are about to witness with their own eyes God's incredible vindication, His undeniable favor, and His glorifying hand upon your life, a story of redemption, restoration, and triumph, beautifully unfolding for all to see. In this powerful, sacred moment, I want you to take another deep, intentional breath. Feel the life-giving air fill your lungs, expanding your chest with a sense of renewal, and then, as you slowly, deliberately exhale, simply say, either out loud in a confident whisper that only you can hear, or silently in the deepest, most profound depths of your heart, I receive it. Declare it with every ounce of conviction you possess, with every fiber of your being, with an unwavering faith that moves mountains. Your spirit, that deepest, most profound part of you, knows intrinsically, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that you are not meant to circle this same mountain of struggle and stagnation again. You have learned the hard-won lessons. You have gained immeasurable strength. You have been refined and prepared, and it is unequivocally time to move forward, to ascend to higher ground, to step into your promised land. The old patterns that have kept you bound, the old cycles of defeat or stagnation that have repeatedly pulled you down, are being irrevocably broken, shattered by divine power, by the authority of heaven itself. New doors, gleaming with promise and possibility, opening onto vast, unknown landscapes, are opening before you. Doors that lead to fresh opportunities, profoundly fulfilling relationships, and unprecedented levels of impact that will exceed your wildest dreams and imaginations. But here's the crucial key, the pivotal step. You have to choose to step through them. You have to step through those newly opened doors in unwavering faith, even if you can't see the entire path laid out before you, even if the future remains a beautiful, exciting mystery, a landscape yet to be fully revealed. It means taking a bold risk, trusting implicitly in God's perfect leading, and courageously releasing your grip on control, surrendering to His divine will, knowing that He goes before you. Give yourself full permission right now, in this very instant, to simply let go. Let go of the bitterness that might have subtly and insidiously taken root in your heart from past hurts, betrayals, and disappointments, poisoning your present. Let go of the heavy burden of regret that keeps pulling you back, tethering you to what could have been, to paths not taken, to choices you can no longer change. And absolutely, without reservation, let go of that false, insidious belief, that cunning lie that you're too late, that your time has inexplicably passed you by, or that someone else is somehow more qualified, more worthy, more deserving. That, my dear friend, is simply not true. It is a whisper from the enemy of your soul. You are in this very moment precisely, impeccably, divinely on schedule for what God specifically reserved in your name, with your unique DNA and your singular purpose, even before you were beautifully knit together in your mother's womb. Your divine timing is not only perfect, but it is impeccable precisely because it is meticulously orchestrated by the one who created time itself, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. If this word, if this profound message resonates deeply within the core of your spirit, if it touches a chord of truth that you desperately needed to hear today, then please, my heart urges you, don't keep this transformative revelation to yourself. Share it with someone, a cherished friend, a beloved family member, a trusted colleague, or anyone else whose spirit comes to mind. Anyone who you know needs this powerful confirmation, this timely encouragement, this tender reminder of God's unwavering faithfulness, His relentless love, and His magnificent plan. Let them know they're not alone in their struggles, and that their journey, their very struggles, have a profound, redemptive purpose. And as a tangible, powerful act of faith, a visible declaration to the unseen realm, I invite you to declare in the comments below the specific promise you are holding on to, the monumental breakthrough you're believing for, or the truth that spoke loudest and clearest to your heart today. Let every like on this video, every heartfelt comment you leave, every prayer you declare here, be a powerful, living act of faith, a spiritual anchor, drop deep into the waters of your destiny, securing your hope. Let it be a clear, unmistakable signal to heaven, a resounding message from your deepest heart that you are not only listening with an open spirit, but you are actively, courageously showing up for your magnificent inheritance. You are truly ready to step into absolutely everything God has lovingly prepared for you, designed just for you. If you are truly, authentically ready for God to accelerate that promise in your life, to speed things up in ways that defy all human logic and expectation, then I wholeheartedly encourage you to surrender afresh in this sacred moment. Lay everything, every fear, every hope, every dream at His feet once more. Trust Him completely, implicitly, and believe with all your heart, with every fiber of your being, that the release, the breakthrough, the profound shift you've been yearning for has already begun. It's already in motion, set in motion by the hand of God, and nothing can stop it. Walk in that glorious truth today and always, knowing your time has come.